2 points in the first semi, drawn the preliminary against Geelong, and then won the replay by a kick.
Essendon kicked 3-3 in the third term to Carlton's 2-2. Carlton got within 6 points of them, but at the end of the quarter, Essendon were doing better and had a 20 points margin. Here we go for the final quarter. The crowd is screaming as Nichols goes in against Leake, and Nichols doesn't do much good in the ruck, but picks the ball up almost at his feet and boots it onto the half-forward line. Carlton going with the wind to the Richmond goal. In defence, it's Shaw for Essendon, clearing the ball across the half-back line, being chased by Blue and also by Collins. Blue again in front of Collins. He's led him in the race to the ball for most of the day, and Blue kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Up they go for it, and it's a good mark to Beisel, who dropped back on Cox. Cox late on the scene, and Beisel takes the mark cleanly between outstretched hands. Here he is kicking the ball over the half-forward line. Fraser can't mark this one. It's down on the ground towards Clark. Picked up by Capuano, swinging into play from behind. Capuano kicks the ball across the line. Picked up by Sankey up from the back pocket. Sankey's kick is back into the centre of the ground, and over the top of the pack it goes. Chasing it is Gill, number 12. He gathers it in. He gets around a couple of players, and he kicks the ball almost into the goal square. It's going into the full forward pocket. Marked right on the line by Don McKenzie. McKenzie marks the ball right on the line. Last line of defence for Essendon at the Richmond goal.
There's Mackenzie's kick, a punt kick to the half-back line. The mark is taken for Essendon by Davis. Davis on the half-back flank in front of the outer stand. Davis comes in to take his kick, a drop kick, takes the ball, a good kick up to the centre wing position. Up they go on a mark to Carlton, and it's Bob Crow, Carlton's half-back flanker, who has taken the mark on the centre wing. Crow with a chance to put the Blues well forward. A drop kick takes the ball right across towards the other half-forward flank. Carroll a long way out from goal. Punches the ball away after he's met by Epis. Here's Epis coming in for Essendon, bouncing the ball once and being tackled and getting his boot to the ball and putting it onto Essendon's half-forward line. Up they go, and it's a mark to Carlton's Graham Anderson. Anderson on the half-back flank, coming in to take his kick for Carlton. The kick comes along the flank position. Capuano goes under the ball, picked up by Nichols. He handballs to Kick. Kick gets flattened by Shelton. James takes the ball. Nichols not very happy with Shelton, and Kick is in trouble. He's really hurt.
Don, I'm quite certain that any of us up here were thankful that we didn't cop that. It was a forearm, a beauty, and up the field, Nichols and Shelton are doing a little bit of niggling with each other. Just the free kick has been taken by James.
And there's a mark to Essendon on the last line of defence by Paul Doran. Beautiful mark by Doran. On his mark is Carlton skipper Donaldson, and moving in to take his place is Carroll. There's the kick by Doran, back to the centre wing position. Nichols trying to get into position. Silvani goes up, coming through as Cox. The whistle is gone. The free kick goes to Barclay Cox, holding the man. Cox doesn't waste any time, bouncing the ball once. Short passes further downfield. The mark is taken by James, and James is flattened. Oh, Johnny James is really hurt. He was flattened by Paul Doran coming through. James is getting up to take his kick.
He's a solid player, and he can take plenty of that. This is Johnny James' 20th kick. He's had 6 marks for the match and 3 free kicks, and he's easily been one of Carlton's best.
3 minutes into the final quarter. James' drop kick is not going to get the distance, but it's going to get most of it. Donaldson up in the middle of the pack couldn't grab onto that mark at the second bite. Williams is chasing it. He's Carlton Drover. He's kicked 3 goals. He punches the ball away, but Blue overruns it and takes it. Blue very nearly gets cut. Free kick to Blue. Russell Blue is in the back pocket. On the outer side at the Richmond end. His kick is to the half-back line. The wind is bringing it back. The wind is still blowing towards the Richmond goal. Silvani can't mark, although he's in front. Hugh Mitchell in there hard. James darts away with the ball, but is being brought back. It's a free kick at centre half forward for the Carlton team. And umpire Jack Irving's right on the spot.
It's interesting to note, Tony, that up to date, the Ruxton Rovers have kicked 16-6 in this match, while place forwards have kicked 111.
A ball up on Carlton's half-forward line. Up is Jeff Leake. He misses the knock because he was doing battle with Nichols. He interfered with Nichols, and the big Carlton ruckman gets the free kick on the centre half-forward position for the Blues. Essendon are 10-10-70, 20 points ahead of Carlton, and Carlton need a goal badly here. Here's the kick by Nichols, a low trajectory torpedo punt kick. Up goes Faulkner, he goes over, taken by Doran. Doran, Essendon's fullback, kicks it back again to the half-back line, and the mark is taken for Carlton by Ian Collins on the half-forward flank in front of the outer stand. In comes Collins. Not a good kick, dropping short into the pocket position. Coming through is Shelton, number 10. A left-foot kick by Shelton. Takes the ball along the flank position. Running in is number 14, Blue, and number 19, Collins. But the ball is out of bounds again on the half-forward line for the Blues.
Throw in. Silvani punches it out to Nichols. He's covered by Leake. Punches the ball away. Down the neck.
Well, either that, Tony, or for being held, were not in possession. I think Jeff Lee grabbed him as he went down to pick the ball up. Some of the crowd didn't like it, but I'd say umpire Irving was right once again.
Nichols would need to kick this one better than he did the last just a few seconds ago, and he does. It's a drop kick going right in towards the goal square. Carroll out in front. Jackals for the mark. It's not going to be paid him. Doran has hold of the ball. It's punched forward, taken by Donaldson. He's upheld a decision here. He's held play up. And it looks as though he'll bounce it again. He'll bounce it within 30 yards of goal, with Carlton attacking the Richmond goal. James punches the ball away, held by Mitchell. No holding the man decision. The ball is out of bounds. Still 20 points the difference. It was exactly this at three-quarter time. No score has been added in the 6 minutes we've played since then. Throw in, Leak up in the middle. Over behind Shelton, overruns the ball, picked up by Shaw, backing up nicely. Shaw's kick is wide into the crowd. It's up in row 10. And another throw in the full forward pocket for Carlton, with the Essendon backs playing strongly, shoulder to shoulder, and covering their men. Behind Mitchell. Mitchell kicks the ball back to the half-back line for his side. Cox came in, but missed the ball. Capuano drops it. Now Clark gets it and punches it to Beisel, and Essendon come forward. They're into attack. The ball on the half-forward line. It's over the half-forward line. Payne getting set for a mark. Payne takes it. Payne is 50 yards from goal. The angle is 25 degrees. It's into the wind, but he'll get the distance. A good, long, strong kick, but just not straight enough, and 1 point instead of 6. Essendon 10-11, 71, at 21 points in front. That's the first score in this quarter. Carlton 7-8-50, 21 points on.
Peter Barry kicking off. Carlton's fullback, a drop kick right up the centre of the ground. Coming in as Cox to try and mark over Mitchell. Neither player marks it. Picked up by Donaldson. Carlton skipper, he gets it to the centre wing position. Running in as Gill, number 12 for Carlton, being pursued by Epis. Epis bumps into Gill, Shelton in there. Murray kick is number 30. He kicks the ball off the ground across towards James. James coming in. Doran meets him hard. James comes in again. He's tackled by 3 Essendon players, picked up by Doran, and Doran clears the ball for Essendon back to the half-back line. Up is Capuano, who knocks the ball down to Epis. Epis with a beautiful drop kick, gets the ball to the half-forward line for Essendon. No one can mark it. It's on the ground, taken by Anderson of Carlton. He runs onto his right foot. Short passes across to Bruce Williams from the half-back line. Williams bounces the ball once. A left-foot kick by Williams to the half-forward line, looking for Carroll. Carroll flies. The ball knocked away from him. Coming through is Shelton. A lot of weight being used. The stacks on the mill on the Carlton half-forward line, and players becoming a little hot-headed as umpire Jack Irving comes in to ball it up.
8 minutes gone in the last quarter of the 1962 Grand Final. Essendon comfortably in front by 21 points, but not that comfortably. Here's Leake going for the knockaway. It's out there towards Davis. Davis is tackled by Greenwood, but gets his kick in first. His kick is to the centre wing on the outer side. They chase it here. Into the players, Varlamov, 32. 19 is Somerville doing the kicking. Somerville kicks the ball onto the half-forward line, taken by Fraser. Handballs across to Blue. Blue blind turns, then runs into Varlamov, gets his kick in first towards Burt. Burt at centre half-forward has his head pulled up. Free kick. Against Barclay Cox it was, and it's Burt's free kick. Burt already has kicked 3 goals for the Dons, but it'd be a terrific effort to get one from here. He's 65 yards from goal. His kick is doing very well. It's going to within 15 yards of goal, and there is a beautiful mark taken by number 14 for the Blues, Bob Crow.
Well, that was a beautiful mark, but they're not going to help them at the moment. Carlton need goals to pull this match out.
Bob Crow from the back pocket kicks the ball up to the half-back line. Up they go. Capuano couldn't hold the mark, taken by Varlamos of Carlton. His left foot kick takes the ball onto the centre wing. Jack Clark is there doing battle with number 16 for Carlton. Clark, beautiful football, picks the ball up, gets it onto the half-forward line. No one can mark it, and it's close to the line. It's over the line, and it's out of bounds between the half-forward line and the forward line for Essendon.
Well, you saw there Jack Clark, one of the cleverest players in the game, using great skill to get around Murray Sankey.
Still 21 points the difference, only 1 point added in this quarter, and it was Essendon's. Here comes Burt kicking the ball into the pack that's right in front of him. The play doesn't come forward, now it does. The ball out towards Payne, bounces over his head, taken by Anderson, kicks into the Manly's mark, could be danger. Essendon get the ball, Johnson kicks it through, but only for 1 point, and now they are 22 points in front, 10 minutes into the final term. Essendon 10-12, 72, 22 points ahead of Carlton, 7-8, 50.
It's interesting to note that the 3 players on the Essendon half-back line have had 11 kicks each up to date.
Peter Barry's fullback kick-off, takes the ball to the half-back line. Capuano, number 12, comes in for Essendon. A left-foot kick down to the full-forward zone towards Payne. The ball knocked away by Barry, hooked across by Somerville. A chance here for Barclay Cox of Carlton. He takes the ball on the last line of defence for the Blues, clears it back again along the half-back line.
Carlton not tagging their men when the ball is in Essendon's attack. Now they're into it again. Essendon going nicely now. Could have the game wrapped up here. It's Beisel kicking the ball to the full forward zone. They go for it. Silvani coming out, still with plenty of fight left in him. And that's for the rest of the Blues too. They won't give in. The ball is onto their half-forward line. Somerville kicks the ball over his head. Waiting for it is Johnson. He's in front, but he can't mark. The ball punched away from him. Coming through is Fraser. He gives it to Burt. Could be a 5th goal coming up. Burt kicks it short, and it's marked right at the last line of defence for Carlton by Anderson. 28 points the difference. 4 goals plus 4 behind, and that's a bit much to bridge with only another 20 minutes of play left. A bad kick there, taken by Crowe. He's held and thrown down. Donaldson it was, rather. No, correction, it was Bobby Crowe in the first place. It was Crowe, but the umpire decides he couldn't get rid of it, so he'll bounce it. Donaldson knocks it down. Williams chased it across the line. Jim, do you think the hard final series is telling on the Blues, or have they still got time?
Well, they have time, but I think Essendon are far too skillful on today's performance.
Burt with the ball again. He's grabbed high. That's the 4th time he's been grabbed around the neck. Another free kick to John Burt. Burt, a left-foot kick, is just inside the boundary line. Martin Cross is coming on, so Carlton have both their reserves on. No more allowed. And John Burt, on an angle of 60 degrees, kicks poorly, very poorly for him. He's usually so reliable. Here comes Jack Clark into it. He's shouldered out by Kick, but he keeps his balance nicely. Now he's tripped by Bonetti. What's the decision? Is it being paid, or is it over the line? Jack Clark's free kick, a trip. 13 minutes gone into the final quarter. 28 points the difference, with Essendon doing much the better at this stage. Early in the 3rd term, Carlton got to within 6 points after being 32 points down at first change. Jack Clark, 50 yards from goal, right on the boundary line. The wind keeps the ball away from the big sticks, but not too far away. Varlamas with the ball, tries to charge through. Couldn't do so. But the umpire gives him a free kick. For what, I don't know.
Well, I'd say for around the neck, Tony.
Varlamas from the goal square kicks the ball to centre half back. Bruce Williams is too short to mark. Cox waiting behind, has his judgment upset by Williams in front. The ball's to ground, players are on top of it. A bounce up at centre half forward for Essendon, going in bright sunshine, and a cool breeze coming from the southwest across the scoreboard to the scoreboard goal. Up they go. Beisel missed it. Barclay Cox, Carlton centre man, left hooks the ball onto the centre wing. That's Blue Shelton's mark. Cannoning out of the way is Epis, who's happy to see that Shelton has marked it anyhow. Congratulates him as Shelton gets lined up ready for the drop kick. Oh, a good drop kick, 50 yards into the wind. That's a beauty. Onto the half-forward line. Donaldson with it. The Carlton captain punches it out here, but it's not to a player of his own. It's to an opposition player in Beisel. He keeps the pressure up on the Carlton defence. A lot of pressure indeed. It's down in front of the goal square. Burt has hold of it again. He's grabbed. We're not in possession. The umpire very nearly blew his whistle. He had it to his mouth. He's now going to bounce it up. It was very nearly holding the man against Carlton, and another free kick to John Burt right in front of the sticks. Knocked away, taken by Anderson. Anderson kicks right into the man in front. Taken by Burt again. Burt kicks it up high in the air. It's still within 20 yards of goal. A kick here will put it through. This is Peter Barry, determined that that kick from Essendon will not come. He kicks it onto the half-back line. This is Blue coming upfield. Blue kicks the ball right back into the goal square. Johnson up from behind. Takes a glorious mark. Graham Johnson. How he got over the top of Silvani and Anderson to take that mark, I'll never know. Probably he won't either. but he went three ways all at once. Here he is, right in front. And that wraps it up. Essendon must be the premiers.
Shouldn't argue with that, Tony. They've played much better today, and they've certainly deserved, well, what I would say is almost a certain win in this 1962 Grand Final. It's interesting to note that Carlton's Rovers have had 18 kicks, while the Essendon Rovers have had 37. There's been no comparison between the two, and in fact, the Carlton Rovers have not had the help today that they've had previously from their ruckman, as Jeff Leake's been a wonder with a bad ankle.
Carlton coach Ken Hands, anxious, perturbed, speaking to runner Chris Pavlo, the VFL armband. But it would require a miraculous effort on behalf of Carlton to hop out of this bag, which has been so firmly tied around them by the Dons in this final quarter. Somebody has pinched the ball, somebody has souvenired it in the crowd, a new one has come out. That's why the delay has been such, and now Carlton go forward through John Nichols, who kicks the ball under the half-forward line, where a mark is taken in defence by Barry Davis, who is playing very well. Davis on a half-back flank. Kicks the ball with a long punt kick up into the wind. 23 Fraser, 25 Timms, 18 Beisel. He's got the ball now. He's grabbed by Martin Cross on his 20th man. His kick is to the half-forward line. Jeff Leake goes forward on all fours, can't hold onto the mark. Down go a couple of Carlton players. Murray kick comes through, kicking it off the ground as Nichols kicks the ball into the centre of the ground, being chased by Alec Eppes. He'll gather it in. Eppes has hold of the ball. Now he's lost it again. He's got punches it back behind him, scoops it back behind him to Capuano. Excellent cooperative play between the Essendon players. They're talking to one another well. The ball is onto their half-forward line. Coming down to meet it is Sergio Silvani. Serge the Silvan kicks the ball into the centre, taken by Barclay Cox. Cox kicks the ball onto the half-forward line. Turkey Toms underruns the ball. Over behind is the captain for Carlton, Donaldson. He turns for home. He's 40 yards out. It's a punt kick. It's close. It's touch and go. One flag only, and things are against the Blues.
Essendon are 12 goals, 12, 84, in a commanding position. They lead Carlton, who are 7-9-15. We have been playing for nearly 19 minutes, 18 and a half minutes into this last quarter, and Essendon have a lead of 33 points. We're waiting for the fullback, Paul Doran, to get the ball for Essendon. He will kick it out wide towards the member stand wing, towards the half-back flank. Here he is, about to kick the ball out with a high torpedo punt kick. It's swinging in towards the half-back flank position. Nichols is there and marked it. Although he was held by one hand, he still dragged it to his chest with the other. A good mark by a good footballer. Nichols kicks it high towards the centre half-forward position, sending himself as Carroll, and Paul Doran is over the top. And this talented Essendon fullback, who is marking very well, has brought another one down for the Bombers. Here is Paul Doran, about to kick the ball out. On his mark is Carroll. Paul Doran kicks it out towards the centre wing position, and we see Jeff Leake of Essendon coming off the ground in front of the member stand, and in the meantime we see Sankey have the ball. Sankey has the ball, and the umpire will bounce it in the centre of the ground. Paul Mackenzie flew. There is Jeff Leake, the Essendon vice-captain. He was suspect before the game with an injured ankle. He has played till Essendon in a commanding enough position to come off. The gentle giant, as he's known here, a tremendous footballer.
What a kick he'll have got out of this performance by Essendon. He's such a sincere fellow. Here's the kick onto the half-forward line for the Blues. A revival and a great one necessary by them. They've done it throughout the final series. Can they do it again? Never say die is their spirit. The ball is out of bounds, but they're getting further behind as time goes on. 84-51 is the score at the moment in points. 84-51, and that's a bit much to expect for the Blues to bridge with 20 minutes already gone. Officially only another 5 minutes plus time on will mean another 10 minutes of play only at a maximum. The ball is to be thrown in front of the players' race, which leads to their dressing rooms. Carlton attacking. Nichols punches the ball away, but Essendon seem to be everywhere. Mackenzie has hold of it, then he runs into Nichols, kicks the ball upfield, however, a fraction before that. The ball is in Beisel's possession, punches it wide out here towards Clark. Clark tries to punch it on, then he's put down. Clark's down. The Essendon skipper has Graham Beisel standing by, Alec Eppes too, and two trainers.
Well, Tony, I don't think that was a free kick. Jack Clark was playing the ball. He was hit hip and shoulder by both players at once, and that is part of the game.
Jack Clark on the centre wing. A 10-year player with a tremendous record, kicks the ball onto the half-forward line, and a beautiful mark by young Ken Fraser, a young veteran at this game, a beautiful pair of hands, a mobile player, and a glorious mark. Essendon 12-12-84, leading Carlton 7-9-51, and the premiership's all over as Fraser from the half-forward line, 21 minutes into the third quarter, finds Sampson, who has replaced Jeff Leake. Sampson is about 6'5" and 15 stone, boots it into the far pocket. Varlamas chasing it as 32, gets his kick in once more. Along the wing it goes. It's onto the half-back line for his side, but no rest for the Carlton defence. Blue keeps up the pressure. Here's his kick into the full forward zone, and Charlie Payne spins across the top of the pack and picks it out of the air. Payne is straight in front, couldn't be straighter. He has kicked one goal and a couple of behinds. The second one should be coming up. Yes, sir. Charlie Payne's second goal. The Bombers 13.
We're 22 minutes into the last quarter. Essendon 13-12, 90, running away with the premiership. 7-9, Carlton 51. The umpire bounces the ball in the centre of the ground. Sampson, the new player for Essendon, knocks the ball out. Is picked up by Collins for Carlton. Collins kicks it down towards the half-back line where Essendon's Barry Davis, this young university student, has marked the ball on the half-back flank. Very promising footballer, this boy, in his second year of league football. He kicks it with a glorious drop kick up towards the half-forward line. The big fellas fly it, has knocked the head. Coming through for Carlton is Varlamos. Varlamos kicks it before he's pushed to the ground. Kicks it out towards the half-back line again, but it is Davis again. Gets the ball, kicks it up towards the half-forward line. It's over the top of Somerville's head. Martin Cross was coming in for Carlton, so was Russell Blue for Essendon, and the ball is over the boundary line on the half-forward line for Essendon, and Essendon are in a commanding position.
23 minutes of time gone in the grand final. It's almost all over, and Essendon are the 1962 premiers. The ball is taken behind the play by them again. The ball is into their full forward zone. Peter Barry racing out to defend those precious goals of his. He clears the ball with a stout move. The ball's upfield to the half-back line. What's more, he finds somebody with his kick, which is far more important, and that's Silvani. Silvani, number one for the Blues, finds Cox on the wing. Carlton finding some good teamwork now. The ball, Cox decided to play on, then he was tackled and put down, and he's lost it. Everything's going wrong for the Blues at the moment, but the game's all over. The ball is on the half-forward line for the Essendon team. It's just inside the fence on the outer side. The umpire is in there to make some decision, a little obscure to us at this moment. It's going to Essendon's Beisel. Beisel, the Essendon centre man, a long way from there, is going to take his kick from the half-forward flank. Essendon 90 points to 51. They've nearly doubled Carlton's score.
Essendon 13-12, 90, leading Carlton 7-9, 51. Beisel's kick is towards the half-forward flank. Somerville missed it, and Martin Cross chips in for Carlton. Has one bounce. Runs a long way, and it's a free kick behind the play. Although the Carlton player had it, umpire has come back when he saw another Carlton player chip in, and not according to the rules, he has stopped him. It is Barclay Cox of Carlton. He gave away an unnecessary free kick, and the umpire, who has umpired well, gave it to Somerville. Somerville short passes out towards Huey Mitchell, but he couldn't quite mark the ball. Martin Cross comes in, gets a kick this time, a short pass towards Murray. Kick. It's Ian Collins, it is. Ian Collins has the ball. Plays on, short passes straight to Gill, and Gill has marked the ball. He plays on, but he gives it to an Essendon player, and the skipper, Jack Clark. Jack Clark gets the ball, kicks down towards the half-forward line. We see Anderson going for it, coming in also for Carlton was John Nichols. It's out towards Anderson again. Anderson gets the ball, kicks it back to the centre of the ground where Gill has marked the ball before the Essendon skipper can stop him, right in the centre of the ground.
Gill won't play on this time. A cardinal error a moment ago, and from the centre of the ground, Gill, member of a famous football family, kicks the ball onto the half-forward line. Nobody marks here. Martin Cross chips in. He's 20th man. Martin Cross has the ball, kicks it short into the full-forward pocket at the Richmond end. Chasing it, Essendon in front. Tom Carroll, number 22, 5 short. Paul Doran is there too. The ball across the line. No effectual play. And now there's a throw-in. Throw-in 40 yards from the nearest behind post at the Richmond goal. Donaldson going up unopposed. Knocks it over his head. Waiting down for it is Blue Shelton. Then he kicks it off the ground. Kicks it into Bruce Williams. It ricochets off his ankle towards Eppes. Eppes kicks it forward. Punches it forward. Bruce Williams in the play again. He punches it to Nichols. They're going round in circles. Nichols runs away from the sticks. Hooks it over his head in towards the goal square. A good kick. And it's touched through by Mackenzie for 1 point only. Carlton's first point in a long time. They were 7-8 at three-quarter time. That is their first, only their second behind, scored in the final 25 minutes of play. They are now 7-10, Essendon 13-12.
A surprising effort in this last quarter. Everybody thought Carlton, with the advantage of the wind, would come and take this game away from Essendon. But Essendon have kicked 3 goals, whereas Carlton have failed to score a goal. They have scored 2 behinds. You see the free kick going out here to the Carlton player. It is Murray Kick, number 30, receiving the free kick for Carlton on the half-forward flank. He will send the ball well into the scoring zone. On his mark is Barry Capuano. A good kick by Kick. It's right up into the goal square. They fly for it. It's off the top of the pack, kicked along by Bluey Shelton, and it hits the behind post. It is out of bounds. Out of bounds on the Essendon end of the ground. We're just waiting for the boundary umpire to get it. He's got it. He throws it in. Going for the knockout now is Sampson. Sampson knocks it down straight towards Doran. It's coming through with Donaldson. Donaldson knocks it away, and Sampson was trying to pick the ball up when the umpire chipped in and will bounce the ball 15 yards out in front of the Essendon goal. Nichols is there. Nichols knocks it down. Coming through for Carlton is Martin Cross. Has a left foot snap for goal. It's going through the goals. It's a goal, a belated one for Carlton, and it is a goal kicked by Martin Cross. He came on as a replacement when Faulkner was taken off, and Essendon are 13-12, leading Carlton 8-10. The goal kickers for Essendon, 4 to Johnny Burt, 2 each to Payne and Clark, and also Mitchell, and 1 to Leake, Timms and Johnson. For Carlton, 3 to Bruce Williams, 2 to Nichols, and 1 each to Donaldson, Cross and Greenwood. Umpire Irving bounces the ball. We're well into the last quarter. 27 minutes play have gone. Knocked down by Donaldson, out towards Benetti. Benetti's way up out of position. He has the ball. He's brought to the ground. The umpire walks in, will take it off him, and will bounce the ball again. Umpire Irving bounces the ball. Oh, and good knock by Timms, but it's straight to Benetti. Benetti gets a left foot kick down towards the forward position. James is there, and he knocks the ball away from Shelton. It is picked up by Doran. Doran kicks it wide towards the centre wing position, where there's a little bit of indecision between 2 Essendon players, but Gosper gets the ball, gets a left foot to it, down towards Fraser, and we see Sankey fall to the ground. Coming through with Sampson, knocks the ball ahead of him. Somerville is there, picks the ball up, gets a left foot kick down towards the full forward position. It's wide, and Barry leads Payne in the race for the ball. Barry gets his kick to it, out towards Russell Blue, is on his own on the centre wing, gets the ball, tries to run around Collins, tries a short pass towards Clark in the centre. A good pass by Blue, and it has found Jack Clark at centre half forward. Russell Blue, been a winner all day for Essendon, along with his co-centre line player in Beisel, and these 2 players have been very constructive in Essendon's mighty win here in this grand final. Clark's kick is well up towards the forward pocket, but it's going too far astray and is out of bounds. Waiting for the ball to be thrown in again. Very close towards the end of the game. It wouldn't be more than 2 or 3 minutes more of play, if there's that much. We have been playing into this last quarter for 28 or 29 minutes. 2 more minutes left to play at the outside as the ball is thrown in. Sankey goes for it, knocks it 20 yards down towards the centre of the ground. It's Russell Blue again. Gets his foot to it, kicks it down towards the forward position. Is knocked away by Gosper. Barry comes out, playing the ball ahead of him. Coming in again is Gosper. He's met solidly, brought to the ground. Handballs it away, plays on. Again, Gosper has got the ball. This time he gets his way clear. Kicks it down towards the forward position, where Silvani has no trouble in marking the ball in front of Somerville. Definitely Carlton's best player today is Sergio Silvani, with his socks down. Silvani kicks the ball. Tremendous effort. Silvani has had 24 kicks, a tremendous effort. He's had an average of over 24 or 25 kicks in every final game this year. A magnificent performance from this very talented Carlton footballer. The ball is still on the half-forward flank. No change in the score. Essendon 13-12, leading Carlton 8-10. There's a chance for Bob Crow. Bob Crow gets the ball, kicks it towards the centre wing position. Barry Davis is there, almost marks the ball. Coming in to help him again is Beisel. Kicks the ball towards the centre half-forward position, where Graham Anderson marks the ball unopposed. He plays on quickly, short passes at the cord. Murray kick misses it, falls off his hands. There's a chance for Gill. Gill gets the ball, knocks it ahead of him, runs into his own teammate, handballs it across, and there's the siren, and heads to the Premiers for 1962. Essendon 13 goals 12-90 have defeated Carlton 8 goals 10-58.
The Bombers by 32 points. Jack Clark best of field.